Welcome, everybody. This is going to be one of several How to Grow Your Club series that we're doing, our webinars, our drop-ins. So this is the first one, run by the very, very capable Alan Paul. And we've got lots of people who've registered, so I'm sure there's some other people coming in later. But growing your club is not just about social media. So please, please, please do look out for the other ones. There's going to be some on speechcraft, open house, retention, various ones over the next several months in the lead up to the end of the year, believe it or not, the end of the Toastmaster year. So please, please do join us. But for now, really interactive, really fun, how to grow your club using social media. And Alan, I'm going to hand over to you to lead the way. So thanks ever so much for doing this. And thanks, Janet, for organising it.
Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. Anyway, so this workshop, I'm not just going to be talking about social media in theory. By the end of this session, you will know how to promote your club in a way that people actually notice. You'll know how to use social media to build your club's identity. And you will leave with a post draft that you could publish today. Yeah. So if you ever felt like your posts were ignored or that you're wasting your effort online, hopefully this workshop should change that. Right. And this session will be interactive, like I mentioned earlier. I'll keep asking you questions to know if I'm headed in the right direction or not. Else, it would just be me speaking and you not getting any value out of it. So there's going to be a lot of interaction, there's going to be a group activity, and based on that, uh, there'll be a group activity based on what we are going to be covering today. Right. So on chat, answer me this question. What's your biggest social media challenge? Right on chat, what is your biggest social media challenge? Is everyone here? Yeah, okay. Too many options, Bev. Getting follows, knowing the impact of anything that I do, deciding which is the best option. It's very nice. Getting sufficient reach. I keep hearing a lot of deciding what is the best option, deciding what to post, too many options. So thanks for letting me know. That's good to know. This is what just to how to start one that is a social media account for the clubs I belong to. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for those answers. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Now, most of you, there are a lot of social media out there, right? And I am assuming that when you have a post, when you have, you create, let me know if this is what you usually do in your club. You create a post, you create a poster maybe, you have a blurb, a write-up to go along with it, and you post the same thing on whichever social media channel is there, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. And you just wait for the results to happen. Is this what you do? Put a thumbs up if that is what you do. No? Yes. Okay. All right. Now, what many people don't realize is that uh, many m social media, there are many different. Okay, before I get into that, let's do this. Janet, could you put the next poll? And if you could answer this, which is the social media that you think is the best for a Toastmasters club to grow? I see the results coming in. Quite quite competitive. You know, the thing is, I have done this workshop in another district, and the results over there are so different from the results that you see in any.
Really?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, different districts follow different things because you know where the audience is, and it's good to know there are different demographics as well.
As Bev says, it depends on the target audience. If you're doing
Mm.
a corporate club, it probably would be LinkedIn.
Correct. If you could share the results of this poll, Janet. So LinkedIn is clearly the best. I would also agree to that. Uh, then we have Facebook. I once got 0 for Facebook, and
Oh,
Instagram was the most popular. Uh, and this was a district where you had a lot of young crowd also. They Instagram just seemed to be their favorite. No matter how much ever I pitched LinkedIn, they were like, yeah, we have our, we like Instagram, we like TikTok, this is, and they are getting the results they want. So for me, if most of you, if you don't know me, uh, I am a, I work in tech. I'm a solutions engineer by profession. I am not a marketing guru or anything to do with social media. That is not my line of work. But what I learned were things in my role, things that I learned being a VP member, being a president, vice president relations, area director, till district PR manager. I was district PR manager in District 20, and this is my second year in a row as a district public relations manager in District 91. So my third year as district PR. And one would think, okay, I have a background in PR, but not really. It's because I have seen things in live in action. I have experimented with a lot of things. And in this workshop, I'm mainly going to be telling you about what worked, what didn't really work, and you get to choose how exactly you can have an impact with your posts, right? Okay. So clearly, LinkedIn is a favorite. Second comes Facebook. And I've noticed that many of you are on Facebook, or if not, all of you are on Facebook. If you're not there on LinkedIn, a good time for everyone to get used to it. Now, how well do we know social media? Now, here's the thing. Imagine, and now I want everyone to be interactive here on chat, please. Imagine you had a big Toastmasters meeting, and there are friends, five friends. These are five social media. All right. So now this one friend, you tell me who this is. He is the one with the camera. He posts the entire album about who attended, who spoke, who won the best speaker, and he makes sure that everyone is tagged. Which social media do you think this is? I keep seeing Instagram, but can you post entire albums on Instagram if you have 100 photos? YouTube? I didn't know we can post on YouTube album. Okay. So, yes, that is Facebook. Facebook is the one uh, who 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 tells you, who shows you what had happened, right? Now, the second friend, she's the stylish one. She picks the best angles, adds a filter maybe, throws in a reel with upbeat music. She's not just about the details, we don't want all the pictures, just the good ones. We just want to show you how good it looked. Yes, right answer. Instagram is where you show how it looked. Facebook is where you show how what happened. Instagram is where you show how it looked. All right, you guys are getting there now. The third friend. Uh, they are the entertainers. They don't just tell you what happened. They replay the speeches, the laughs, the applause. Yes, they want you to feel like you were in the room. Correct. YouTube is where you show how it felt. Fantastic. You guys already know your social media. Now the fourth one, he is the organizer. He doesn't care about photos. He's already telling you about the next meeting. Short, sharp reminders. Hey, don't forget Tuesday, yes. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Bring a guest. Yes, correct. WhatsApp. WhatsApp is where you show what's next. Correct. Now, the fifth and the last one, your he is the mentor. He doesn't just post the photos, he writes about the leadership lesson he learned chairing the meeting or about the confidence boost from giving a speech. He's not just talking about Toastmasters today, but how it's shaping the leader he's becoming tomorrow. Yes. Good. LinkedIn is where you show who you're becoming. Correct. So you know your social media. LinkedIn is where you show who you're becoming. Facebook is where you show what happened. WhatsApp is where you show what's next. Instagram is where you show how it looked. And YouTube is where you show how it felt. Now, with Facebook, yes, we post all the events, the meeting recaps, and the community updates. Now, I know I have seen a lot of social media, uh, especially for Facebook. It's great for events, albums, tagging members. Now, I have seen a lot of posts where you post about someone achieving so and so, an award or something else, but nobody gets tagged. Now, I need to emphasize about the effect of tagging. If you want to reach out to Toastmasters to maybe 10 or 100 people, the best way to do that would be to tag the member in their photos. Because when their friends get to see their tagged photo, most of them would be curious to know, okay, what exactly is this Toastmaster? Because I get tagged in many of the photos on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, people are usually curious to know, okay, what is he doing that earns him this award? And they go to your profile, they go to your club's profile and they check it out. So tagging is a very easy thing to do. It only takes a few seconds, but many people don't do that. And that is a very good feature for getting an awareness, right? But the only thing is, yes, it will only reach existing members. Organic reach, for some reason, has declined. And another downside is that most young adults uh, are not using Facebook these days. So that is one of the downsides, and that is uh, Snapchat, where does Snapchat and TikTok fall into this group? Yes, that is, Instagram can be there. I'm not sure if we can use Snapchat for a club. Maybe we could, but those features are already there on Instagram. Even TikTok has, I have seen clubs using TikTok and it does reach. But the problem with that is you need to know how to create videos. Without creating videos, just posters won't really have that impact that we look for. And if you want to know how to create short videos, you can join our next week's session on creating reels and short videos. Small promotion right there. All right. So, yes, now moving to Instagram. Now, this is perfect for showing the fun side of Toastmasters, reels, stories, vibrant visuals, making the meeting look dynamic. Uh, okay, I'm showing you this screen all the time. I'll show you some live examples so that it makes sense. All right. Now, this is my profile. If you were to look at my Facebook profile, you will see, oh, what is this? Uh, how is he a public relations manager? And then they go to Toastmasters International UK website, and then they find out, okay, so this is what Toastmasters is. Or if they scroll down and see, oh, Cardiff congratulated me on winning division contest. What does Cardiff Toastmasters do? And then it's a, it is a promotion right there. So that is the impact of getting tagged in photos. Now, moving to Instagram, this was my club back in the days. Whoever gets their level completion, they get a photo being featured on completing whatever they did. And people are curious to know, okay, what does this club do? You go to their profile, you get this screen, you get a lot of posters. And one of the things that we do frequently, this is one of the best things you can do, is having stories about what happened before a meeting, uh, so that people are engaged. Now, this is an example of a team meeting where there's a crime scene. right? Oh, there's a crime scene. What happened here? And then I introduce the detective, who is a Toastmaster of the day. You get all these notes. You are getting to see the different speakers speaking on stage. You're seeing the audience. You're seeing the fun vibe that happens in a Toastmaster meeting. You're seeing the different table topics. These are stories that we can include. And the benefit of this is that we are able to see who all are watching all these stories. And I was able to actually reach out to some of them and ask, hey, we noticed you have been exploring our stories. Are you interested to join our Toastmasters club? And or maybe even join as a guest to see what all this is about. You can see on the stories, you have these options to make it interactive with polls and different questions uh, that keeps the viewers entertained. So these are the things that we can do on Instagram. So coming to Snapchat, Snapchat also maybe you could do a few stories like this, but I find it more effective on Instagram. Uh, but again, I am not an expert on Snapchat. If someone is an expert on Snapchat, please do let us know. We can maybe have a webinar on that. I think, right. So that's Instagram. Even YouTube. YouTube also has shorts. Now, coming to YouTube, uh, we may think that, okay, what are you able to see the same thing that I'm seeing? Can you give me a thumbs up? Yes. Okay. Okay. So coming to YouTube, we always think, okay, I need to have a good mic. I need to have a good lighting. I need
You've
to.
gone back to the original slide, Alan.
Yes, I am because
Oh, okay.
I'll come to that. Thank you, Janet, for informing me. All right. Yes. Uh, and you would think that getting to Instagram or getting to YouTube, you need to show that professionalism. But here's an example of a video that was taken on someone's phone, which had no clarity at all. They just took it randomly of me giving a speech because I told them, you know what, we need to make YouTube more active. So let's just take a video and see how it goes. So this is an example of a video that I did 7 years ago, which got 10,000 views. Sorry, I don't have LinkedIn Premium, so you had to watch an ad. Yeah, it got 10,000 views uh, in 7 years. And when I look at this video, I it's basically a it's basically a an unprofessional video, but people still look at it. It 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 has the details about the mentorship speech, about the pathways levels that I did. Uh, these are things that people can actually look at whenever members are looking at, okay, what is a mentorship speech? Can I find this on a YouTube? They would search that, and that is what could lead them to such a video. And I didn't keep this as the main display picture. Do you notice if you go back to how it looks like, I kept a very sorry, just let me go to that again. I kept a nice picture over here that I did on Canva. So it only this is the only part that looks professional in it. Once they click on it, they will actually be able to view the actual video. But I'm guessing that my video had some value in it, else it wouldn't have that impact. Now, moving to the second one, this is my sister, right? This was when we were in Kuwait that she did her grammarian report. This is just a grammarian report, nothing fancy. She didn't do anything crazy in this. But there's a friend who I met when I moved here to the UK. I met him through Toastmasters. And one day he met my sister and he was like, I have seen you somewhere, but I don't know how. I don't know where. And then later on, after a week, he comes to tell me that when he went to do his grammarian report, he searched on YouTube grammarian report and he found this video. I was like, what are the chances of that happening? And this only has like 3,300 views. So one among that is this friend of mine. it's crazy the impact that YouTube can make. So if you're ever thinking that, okay, YouTube may not have that impact that we are looking for, think again. It might be worth recording your speeches. In my club, Cardiff Toastmasters, we get consent from members. We ask them, if you want your speeches to be recorded and being featured on our YouTube, please let us know, and we can get it featured. So that is why Cardiff Toastmasters has a few videos. Uh, if you are thinking about having your speeches being recorded, you never know what can go viral, especially on YouTube. If it clicks with the right audience, it could go viral, and it could also get the members that you're looking for. All right. Now, moving on, we have WhatsApp. You already know it is great for internal communication and recruitment as well. Next, we have LinkedIn, which is clearly everyone's favorite over here. Think, uh, I remember the first time I did a workshop on LinkedIn. I got a feedback. I got a response from one person saying that this was what, 5 years back? Yes. He said LinkedIn is not for Toastmasters. And I told him, why do you feel that? Because he said it in a room like this. And he said, no, Toastmasters is mainly for Facebook or Instagram. It shouldn't be going on LinkedIn. And it took me a while to prove that person wrong. Now everyone is on LinkedIn. And I remember at that time, I didn't have my club on LinkedIn yet. So when I got my Distinguished Toastmaster Award, I posted it directly on LinkedIn, and I got I got a lot of people in my circle asking me, "Hey, Alan, what is Toastmasters? Uh, can I join that? Can I see how it works?" So that way, we got a lot of members into the club as well, because I posted about this on my professional networking media. So if you are looking for a place where you're working on your portfolio, where you're working on your skills, and you want your professional network to know about the value that you provide, LinkedIn is the place to be. So whoever clubs are there, if your clubs if your club is if your members are achieving awards, make sure to feature them on LinkedIn, because they really value uh, such recognitions. LinkedIn works for Toastmasters. Members and prospects already care about their career development. Clubs can look credible, professional, and the recognition posts, the awards, achievements get the visibility with the right audience. I know a club growth director. Uh, he had attended his LinkedIn workshop. He didn't just bring in members, he chartered multiple clubs using LinkedIn. And a members contest winning post can also go viral over here. By the way, he chartered mainly because he was reaching out to members in person and asking them as well. Apart from his usual posts, he was also doing some manual work to get that done. All right. So that is uh, the different social media. So just to highlight again, Facebook, where you show what happened, events, photos, meeting recaps. Instagram, where you show how it looked, visuals, reels, behind the scenes, the fun vibe. Uh, Also, good reminder. Thank you, Andrew, for telling me that Facebook has analytics. Instagram, all these things have analytics where you can see what worked, what didn't. YouTube, where you show how it felt, speeches, reels, contests. There was a reel that I was experimenting with. Um, if you're following our District 91 socials, this is the recent reel we did, and I wanted to check how would that impact be. By the way, we are about to hit 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't been following us, please do. All the recordings will be featured over there. Now, this is the shot that I did. What I noticed is that most of our views were only like 124, 170, below 200. So I did this trend and it got 1,100 views. So if you see any social media trends, you could try it out it is fun. It would attract a younger audience as well. So these are things that really works on Instagram and TikTok as well. I did that on Facebook, didn't get so much traction like it did on YouTube and on Instagram. If we had a YouTube, TikTok channel, maybe it could have gone crazy over there as well. Okay. Now, before we go into a group activity, I know I have been speaking a lot. Uh, there was a request that, wait, I'll stop sharing. There was a request that Lynn had, which was to share a templates for club growth, for open house. Now, I can very well share templates for an open house, but is that enough? Do you just need a template for an open house? And do you think that would have an impact with members joining, with guests joining your club, right? So that would be one of the that would be one of the group activities that we have. Imagine your club is having an open house. How would you share it on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn? Now, before we go into a breakout room, I'll just give you an example. If you're creating a poster on open house, I think the first thing you would do is have open house in big bold, followed by the details. If a guest were to see this poster, would they understand what an open house is? No, exactly. They would be like, I'm not looking for for a house right now. That is not what I want. But if you were saying instead of that, okay, uh, uh, if you're looking to, you know what, I'll leave that up to you. You decide what you're going to say for this, right? I'll tell you what we would do on the different social medias. Sharing it again. In Facebook, now once you are done with an open house, you would tell what happened. Group photos of members, guests smiling together with a post saying, "Thank you everyone who joined our open house last night. We had great speeches, lots of laughter, room was full of energy. Special shout out to Andrew for doing his very first icebreaker speech." Right? So if you missed it, our next meeting is on so and so date. Come and see why so many people are finding their voice at Toastmasters. And you tag everyone because better reach because of that. That is how I would do on Facebook. If it's on Instagram, you show how it looked, right? So a reel showing claps, members speaking, the audience smiling with a caption saying, "Our open house was buzzing with energy. It's icebreaker speeches, lovely table topics." And if you want to practice public speaking in a fun and supportive space, please do join us on so and so date. And I'll also have a lot of Instagram stories to show people a glimpse of how the meeting was. Now, on LinkedIn, this is where you show who you're becoming, a member on a lectern or on stage mid speech, with a post saying that public speaking isn't just about giving a speech, it's about building that confidence, leadership, and influence. So at our open house, I tell like what I'm becoming, right? So at our open house yesterday, we saw first time speakers take bold steps, leaders sharing meetings, guests discovering a community where growth is celebrated. So Toastmasters A is where people become confident communicators and leaders, and our next meeting is on so and so date. So that is how I would have promoted it on the various channels. Now, as we have, Janet, how many breakout rooms do we have? Considering we have 20 in the room? No, 16? Yeah, 20. Janet, sorry, you're on mute.
Sorry, 4 breakout rooms, will that do?
Yes, I think 4 will do. Yeah.
Okay.
So in this activity, what I would like you to do is, if you had a chance to promote an open house, your club had an open house, how would you share it on social? What would you do? You can discuss it with your uh, with your friends in the breakout room. You can use any AI tools to help you out as well. What I would like you to do after this session is come back here and talk about how you would promote this open house on the different socials, that is on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We are only keeping these three for now because you only have 3 minutes to talk. That's like 1 minute more than a table topic. But in this case, unlike a table topic, you have a lot to speak. So there'll be a 10-minute discussion. Here you can discuss various things. If you had done an open house before, you can talk about what really worked over there, and also, and you can come back, share about a summary of what all you discussed, right? Any
Okay.
doubts before we go into the breakout rooms? Mm, No doubts? All right. I will pop in to different breakout rooms if in case you have any doubts. So feel free to keep discussing. And once we come back, let's just brainstorm all the different ideas, right? Okay, let's go for it, Janet. Thank you. All right. So now you have 3 minutes. Janet, you'll be counting the 3 minutes, right?
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You have 3 minutes. So among you, did you nominate who will be speaking from your group? We'll go with room one that had Andrew, Janatas, Morag, and Richard. Who among you would like to speak on behalf
Yeah,
of your team?
so I'm going to be speaking on behalf of the group. So
Yes, Richard.
we'll start the timer. So yeah, we had some really good discussion and some case studies from the various groups. I think the first point really is about it's so important to get the fundamentals right before you jump into what does it look like on Facebook, Insta, and so on. There's a few things you need to think about. So for instance, who is the target audience? So is it a business club or is it a non-business club? You know, who are the people that you're looking to attract? And understanding that is really important before you start to think about the campaigns. Also, what is the big idea in terms of how are you looking to attract people? I think it's really important to have almost like a call to action to really appeal to and also attract new members as well to an open day. I think it's really important. And also, we spoke about the use of case studies. So, a few of us have used case studies of how do you make it friendly and appealing to people who are coming. So, for instance, you could have a video of somebody who's recently joined or who's somebody who's recently come as a guest, almost sharing what is it like to come along to a meeting, just so that it makes it a bit less daunting in the first place. We found as a club the hardest thing is to get people through that door. And we've even got members who say for every meeting I drive here saying I'm really nervous about walking through the door. So it's thinking about how social media can help to overcome that barrier. And then I guess in terms of the actual campaign itself, it's really important to adapt it to the different formats. As you alluded to, you know, something on LinkedIn is going to be very different to Instagram. But also there was a point in terms of the length of time. So generally people prefer short format, especially younger people with shorter attention spans. And also, there was a point in terms of how do we reach beyond Toastmasters in terms of the current members to really target new people and new users as well to really increase awareness of the open house. And then finally, we spoke about it earlier actually, but it's really important to leverage tagging. We found that a great way to recruit is through current members. So through tagging people, you can actually access, you know, their friends and colleagues on the various platforms as well. And I'm firmly in the camp that if somebody comes along with a friend who's already there, I think they're more likely to stick and join and sign up. So, group, I don't know if you've got any builds to that. Hopefully, I did it justice.
Thank you. Thank you, Richard. A lot of insights right there in 3 minutes. That's fantastic. That is a power-packed group. Like that's good to hear, Richard. Thank you so much. Moving on to the
Interesting.
second group, that is Alex, Barbara, Giovanni, and Imke. Who would like to speak amongst you?
I think I said I'll speak.
All right, Alex. Well done. That's leadership right there.
Yeah. So we understood the question to be, how do we promote an open house on the various social media,
Socials. Yes,
on the
correct.
social media platforms?
Mm-hmm.
Based off of what Alan presented in this webinar so far, we understood that different social media platforms appeal to different demographics of people, and the content, very much like what Richard said, has to be tailored to each social media platform. I proposed that maybe more shorter forms of content be put on places like Instagram, which is more visual and would appeal to people of maybe a younger demographic. Of course, with regards to the fundamentals, like Richard has already spoken about, I would think that that would be more suitable for Facebook, where longer form content can be posted and where people can get an idea of what exactly a Toastmaster meeting entails, with that being prepared speeches and evaluations followed by the table topics. In terms of then LinkedIn, I was of the opinion that because it's more of a professional platform, it's, as has already been discussed, it's probably better to put more professional achievements on there. And again, the tone has to be different as well, because it's a more it's a platform where more people post items that are professional. It needs to be different in terms of how the content is structured, and then how people can engage, and then people will engage with that content differently, I suppose. The fundamentals would best be posted, as I've said, on Facebook, with more shorter content on Instagram, and then on LinkedIn. I would say if there were any particular achievements during that meeting, of course, people can speak, and maybe that counts towards a Pathways project that can be posted on LinkedIn instead. That's all I have.
Thank you so much, Alex. I like your listening skills. You didn't just listen to my presentation, you also listened to Richard as well as your team's skills and combined all of them into that summary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alex. That was fantastic. Now, room 3, we have Bev, Craig, Marina, and Milika. Who would like to speak amongst you? Yes, Marina.
First and foremost, I'm just sort of stepping my toes into social media and what have you, so this was an opportunity. Bev and I were in a conversation more in the context where she explained to me that generally the use of LinkedIn and Facebook has been quite productive. She's created posters in Canva in the context of advertising and open house meetings, which is something slightly new to me. In contrast to us, our Hallmark group, we're very inclusive with guests. They come along, they're very much included, they're invited. All of our members are able to kind of talk to guests and see where they're at and what have you. And then we give them, just they come to the meeting so they can listen to the speeches, they can be included if they feel confident enough, what have you. So it was quite fascinating actually to hear about the way that Bev explains what's completed and how it's advertised to an extent through her LinkedIn and Facebook. Our club has ventured more into Instagram, so that's an interesting aspect as well. So that's probably where we were at. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Marina. As you have a little more time left, anything about Facebook and LinkedIn? Are you not venturing into that?
Well, that's something I would need to discuss with my Hallmark colleagues.
Okay. Good to know.
In my clubs, we do Facebook and LinkedIn. We also use Meetup a lot, which is been quite productive in sometimes, but I don't know, we haven't discussed that yet today. Instagram, not so much, not so popular. but Facebook and LinkedIn. We've got 6 new members since July 1st, and our 7th will be there as soon as the government paycheck for the dues arrives, and they've come from LinkedIn and Facebook and
Okay.
Google. We haven't talked about Google yet. We're optimized on Google, and we get a fair number of hits on Google.
That is a good shout. That is one of the marketing strategies. I didn't cover Google or Google Maps because it's not really social media. But if you could feature your club on Google Maps, and if someone is typing some Toastmasters club or speaking on Google Maps, they would be able to find your club over there. So if you haven't tried that idea, please do check it out. It's a good shout. Thank you. Thank you, Marina and Bev, for that. Did they still have time, Janet? I didn't see the red.
Yeah, still have time.
Okay, all
15
right.
seconds.
Okay, then we'll move on to room 4, the final room. That is Norma and Sonja, and Lynn was also helping them. Anyone would like to speak?
Yes, thank you, Alan.
Yes.
Norma and I actually, we are just getting to know social media because we are both not the VPPRs from our club, but rather than Norma, I believe she's the president, I am the VPE. And as there is lack of, how do you say, work being done in the VPPR area, we are trying to help out our officers who are the VPPR. So that's why we are not really engaged in the activity of posting. But what is, again, on LinkedIn, I think what we can, I mean, it already has been said, what there should be more is a professional outcome, or let's say what the question should be posed to the audience on LinkedIn. What are you missing out by not joining? Yeah, for example, in your professional life, let's say you missed out on promotion, on increase salary increases and so on. So because it's a very professional platform, the focus should really be on what do you gain. It's to refer to you where you show you're becoming, what you can gain by joining with Toastmasters. Facebook, again, it should be a little bit shorter, the content. And like I say, I'm not a VPPR professional, and on Instagram, I guess you show a lot of pictures, but that's all I can say, because I'm, like I say, I'm not working on social media. I don't know. Maybe Norma, you have anything else to say?
Right, yeah, I would agree. I'm not a social media person, so that kind of, I'm here under, I don't want to say under duress, but I mean under duress. I have the goal in mind of what I want the club to look and feel like. And if I don't have some sort of insight into the various types of social media, then I'm missing a trick. Hence the reason why I'm here this evening.
Not having a VPPR. Yes, good shout, Bev. When I was the PRM over my 5 years, 5 or 7 years, I forgot how many it was, I noticed that I have never been a VPPR. Still, I continued all these marketing strategies. Still, I had social media to do all these things, because at the end of the day, what I wanted were members, and what I wanted to do was promote our members, which in turn would get me that result that I want. So you don't really have to be a VPPR to do all these social media. And also, if someone is being stressed out about a VPPR, what the VPPR can do is have a PR team. I was part of all the PR teams of all the VPPRs that I was supporting, and I used to help them to post on social media, and we used to brainstorm through different tactics on how we could do that. So not having a VPPR, and if you think that only a VPPR can do that, that is a myth. You will be able to do that. So please don't let that hold you back. Right. So considering that we are a bit short on time, wow, how did time fly so fast? I have no idea. All right. So here are some more things. I liked most of what everyone was discussing: tagging, target audience, Canva, and all those things. A few more things are Show people, not posters. Like in the last Canvas session that we had last week, the question was, how do we attract more members? And we talked about testimonials featuring our members. Even the My Why that Lynn was talking about. Ask the members, okay, why are you here in Toastmasters? If they are able to tell their side of the story, and if you put it on social media, and if people are able to relate to what they are saying, those are ways that you can promote your club and also get members to join. So instead of a flyer, use a photo or a reel of actual members laughing, clapping, or speaking, or with a caption saying, "Ever wanted to practice public speaking in a good supportive area? Join our open house. This is what we are all about. You are invited." And I saw this on the chat as well. Curious, some hooks. Use questions that guests are already asking themselves. Like, scared of public speaking? You are not alone. These are the things that need to be in big and bold, not open house. It needs to be these kind of questions. Want to practice leadership in a safe space? Then tie it to the open house invite, right? So add that hook. Third one is to make it relatable. I think I already covered that using testimonials. I joined Toastmasters because I used to freeze in meetings. Now I'm confident. I'm able to share my ideas with the club name and the title and post with an invite. Come and see how Sarah did it at our open house this Thursday. Now, next one is using videos instead of posters. Some 20 to 30 seconds of videos would be nice. It is a good experience, especially since everyone is diverting to videos. That would be really nice. And then tie it to a club open house and then say why you're joining. And last but not the least, highlight the experience, not the event. Instead of open house so and so, try step into a room full of encouragement, laughter, learning, and that's what you'll experience at our open house. So instead of just saying we had a meeting, show the club members how you're becoming better communicators and leaders. In short, replace posters with stories, because posters tell people what, stories show people why. Right. A few more things to cover. I saw it on chat that I couldn't do. I'm just going to have a Q&A session right now. Somebody mentioned about Facebook group and how it is only going to the internal Toastmasters members instead of the wider audience. So when I was promoting my meeting posters, I didn't just do it to the Facebook groups that already belong to Toastmaster groups. I used to post it in other different groups. I have our area group, the place that I live in. There's an area over there. I posted over there because that is where you have the most number of members to advertise to. So if you are part of different Facebook group which are not related to Toastmasters, find a way to pitch about Toastmasters over there based on what you learned today, so that they are able to come and join your open house. That really works. I have seen it work really well. So try to do that. And in terms of consent, that is really important. What we do, Alex knows, in Cardiff Toastmasters is every time somebody joins, there's a form to fill. We ask them if they are okay to be featured, if they are interested to be featured in social media or not. So that way you're getting a consent immediately. And if there's even a upload button to upload their photo if they're interested to be featured on socials. So consent is very important. Even in a group photo, you can ask them, would you like to join the group photo? And only then they can be in the photo, because consent is a very big thing that we need to respect our members and their privacy. Yes. Any other questions? I hope I answered most of the questions on chat. Anything else? I didn't look at the 19 messages that have come across right now.
I had a question about very quickly about the premium tiers for things. So, for example, I think somebody said about Meetup, and now there's Meetup Plus. I just wondered if anybody had any thoughts on it and whether it would be beneficial. Of course, not everyone can pay for the premium subscriptions for things. And going forward, things are getting more expensive. So just wondered what your thoughts are on those kind of things. Thanks.
I don't know much about Meetup. I have seen it working in your club, Alex, our club, Cardiff, a long time back, but they stopped it because it was not working. I don't know, something like that. Yes, yes, Andrew, please answer that. Yes.
One of my clubs in the United States uses Meetup. I was just having this conversation with Bev, and we've had very little success over the years. It's a small club to begin with, and they are a dinner club. We go after dinner once a month and have a Toastmasters meeting. So they're not really super into getting tons of members because that makes it much more difficult to speak in a restaurant because when you've got 30 people instead of 5 or 6 or 7. So that's why they keep it. But what I find it happens a lot is we get 150 people will join the meetup group. We'll contact all those people. 2 or 3 will respond, and say and one will RSVP and not show up. So it doesn't really work because I think it's because it's so untargeted. People will just go through, oh, this looks like a good group to join. This looks like a good group to join.
Okay.
This looks like a great group to join. And so they end up with all these groups and they're getting the emails and they either, because you get an email every time there's a event in any of your groups, and they just get overwhelmed and they delete all of them. They don't look at them. At
Thanks
least
for sharing
certainly
that,
that's my
Andrew.
experience. That's certainly my experience when I get a lot of those. I'm like, I'm not going up.
Is there an alternative you'd use then, Andrew, or no? Quickly.
My club uses Eventbrite.
Oh, okay.
Which is fantastic. Melting pot, and I'll tell you about this offline or privately, Alex. More.
Sure.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah, because we are a bit running behind time. That's why. Okay.
So
Thank you, Andrew.
later,
Thank you, Alex. Eventbrite really works. Contact Andrew for more details. Any other questions before we wrap up?
Just wondering, will you be sending the link to your YouTube to those of us who have registered?
Yes. So please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to put it on chat here, where you would have this. Next week, we are doing a creating short videos webinar. Where you learn how to, especially for people who have challenges with videos, you will get to see a glimpse of how exactly we can get started with creating short videos on Canva for free. And if you have
short videos for which platform?
For every platform.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yes, because with videos, it's up to you to like what we learned in this session is about how we can post it on how we can tweak it for different medium, right? The other one is making the videos. If you're interested in last week's webinar on how we did posters, it's all there on our YouTube channel. And also, if you would like to learn anything more, like some of the things that were discussed here about Meetup, Eventbrite, or any other marketing things you heard from Lynn, please do reach out to us, or if there's a trainer that you would like to hear from, please do let us know and we'll be very happy to arrange for that. Right? Yes, Sonja, your hands are up.
Yes, so my question was, because for example, with your first slide, Adan, you were clearly showing us from the past perspective, basically after the fact, after the event has already happened, if this is open house meeting, training, content. But are we not supposed to be also posting something, for example, when there is a workshop scheduled coming up? Do we do that in advance at all, or?
No, that is what the whole group activity was about. How are you going to promote the open house? And you heard from the different groups on how you would promote that open house, target the audience, having case studies, tagging different members, and not just mentioning open house. We are going to be having something of a hook to invite members to the open house. So yes, this is covered. You can watch the recording of this session again, where we did mention that, or you can reach out to me directly again. My email is on chat.
Thank you.
Yes. Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Anything else? Yes, Donatas.
Yeah, one question. Maybe I've missed something. there was a talk about my way or me way, something. What is it?
So we are featuring members who want to talk about their why for joining Toastmasters. So you can tell your clubs about it, or you can even share your videos with us, and we'll be very happy to feature your why for joining Toastmasters on our socials. And the reason we do this is the same reason what we covered on socials. It's to raise awareness about Toastmasters and the number of people that it impacted.
Okay, so it's like there is an open house. It's a one way of promoting our clubs, and there is my way, just a bit.
It's all related to one another. At the end of the day, you want guests to attend your open house or your club meeting.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Thank you. We overshot the time by 11 minutes. It was a power-packed session. I'll try to be more